Welcome back to Captain Cappy Gaming. Today I will be continuing Necrom's main storyline and finishing the first quest, Fate's Proxy.
How can we honor our ancestors if the necropolis is closed?
The abbot ordered the closure for your own good, citizen. Curate Gedane, make sure no one enters.
Prelate? Oh, of course. No one enters the necropolis.
The necropolis is closed? Who ever heard of such a thing?
Something about this doesn't feel right. Sorry, friend, but the necropolis is closed today. And by order of the abbot, it seems. We've never turned away the families of the dead before, but if the rumors about illness are true, plague isn't something to be treated lightly. When Prelate Forum and his aides arrived, my fellow Keepers of the Dead were plagued with a strange malady. I was away when the disease struck, and I haven't been allowed back inside since. The Prelate said the abbot ordered the closure, but... Prelate Forum arrived from the temple, and suddenly my fellow monks fell ill. We were never notified of a visit, and besides, Forum isn't our usual prelate. Never even heard of him. If you can help, I can make sure you're compensated, I think. Fate must have led you here, friend. Prelate Forum arrived aboard the Stormwing. If you can find out where they boarded the ship, it might tell us something. Talk to the portmaster at the harbor, while I deal with any pilgrims that come by.
Here we go! Yeah.
Did you come here for crafting certification?
With a door like this.
Where's that layout, Brandis? That's it again. Not now, stranger. My assistant never showed up for work today, and I've got my hands full directing cargo bound for both land and sea. Plague. That's not a word to toss around lightly. What proof do you have? Look, illness is a part of life when you work with the dead. I'm surprised the Keepers of the Dead aren't sick more often. Plague can be serious, but I need more than your word to shut down the port or quarantine the city. Sorry, I can't let you wander around unattended on a ship under my watch. And since my assistant Randus never showed up for work today, I have no one available to escort you. Without Port Agent Randus or more substantial proof, I can't help you. Port Agent Randus likes to fish at a little cove south of the city, even when he's supposed to be working. Tell him to get his arse back here and I'll let you look around the Stormwing. Just be careful. The wildlife along the coast can be dangerous.
Red.
I don't feel so good. Should have stayed in bed.
Checking his duty. Just like the portmaster suspected. That's why I refuse
I usually
to
have this spot all to myself. Well, you can have it today, stranger. I don't feel up to fishing. Good luck to you. I'm going back to bed. Did she? Not the first time the portmaster sent someone to fetch me. But you can tell her I won't be much help today. I fell ill after inspecting the Stormwing when it arrived in the port the other day. Now that you mention it, the air in the lower hold smelled unhealthy. And the passengers kind of gave me a bad feeling, though I can't rightly say why. Look, tell the portmaster I'm sick and can't work today. For once, that's the truth.
again. And without that good-for-nothing lazy Randus in tow. Ugh, I told you before, I don't have any time to waste on nonsense today. Well enough to go fishing, but too sick to work. A likely story. Ugh, I should drop everything and go catch him in his lie. Then I'd have a reason to dismiss him and hire a competent assistant. First you shout plague. Then I hear that several of the dock workers who unloaded the Stormwing took ill. Now Randus. All right. Go investigate the Stormwing. If you find anything incriminating, I want to hear about it.
What's going on with the Stormwing? Nobody wants to go near that ship. Good question. Interesting. No one's experienced it.
Is that key? While locked doors don't bother me, yours still pretty solid. I suggest you grab it.
You're dead.
No one cares.
My cold.
You're back. I was worried maybe you abandoned. If I have to turn away one more family. Did you learn anything at the Stormwing about a sickness or a plague? And did the temple really send Prelate Forum to the necropolis? An imposter? Let me see what you found. I knew there was something wrong the moment I saw the prelate. Oh, I suppose I should call him Blightcrown. What kind of name is that? And what does a devotee of Periite want in the necropolis? All sorts of relics and heirlooms are stored in the catacombs with the ancestors. And with Periite cultists loose inside, Abbot Ilvel and the Keepers are in terrible danger. We need to get into the necropolis. But how? The main door is locked. I don't. Wait! When I wanted to slip out after curfew, I used the cellar that connects to the city's underways. I doubt Blightcrown or his attendants know about it. Meet me in the tunnel behind the necropolis. I think I can get us inside from there. The entrance to the underways is on the west side of the necropolis. You'll find the cellar door in an alcove on your right. I'll post a notice about the closure and join you there. We can't let Periite's cult rummage through the catacombs. Not a terrible lot. I'm not an expert on Daedric studies or anything. I know he's the Daedric Prince of Pestilence, the Blighted Lord, the Master of Tasks. Some believe he isn't a very important prince, but people get sick all the time. I'll meet you. You go first. No one around, just as I hoped. The chapel is through the doorway and up the stairs.
A back door? A young keeper's gateway to all kinds of mischief. There may be more to this curate than I thought.
To the right, friend. The door to the chapel is at the end of the hall. chapel is never locked. Can you pick it? If not, Curate Zancos leaves his key on the shelf in the northwest. Those sensors, whatever they're emitting, reads. Destroy the sensors, stick on these keepers.
I don't know anything about the fulcrum.
Abbott Bill's house is in
Please.
danger. Private Forum put one of those pulse sensors in his tube.
No, I know nothing of Friar Durban's
They asked him many questions. Please, help the others.
That's all of them. Let's go check on Abbott Ilville. Blight Crown is with the Abbot. His chambers are to the north when we're done here. The Abbot! Destroy that foul sensor, friend.
No, brother, stop. Fulcrum Obscura. Durdrin's tomb in the lower catacombs.
Poor Abbot Ilville. How insidious. Blight Crown made the Keepers of the Dead sick so he could question them in their fevered state. And also he could find some old relic hidden in the necropolis? Why go to all the trouble? Hermaeus Mora? The Keepers of the Dead have nothing to do with the Lord of Secrets. And I never heard of anything called the Fulcrum Obscura. Wait, how do you know all this? Are you a cultist too? Endangers Nern? I'm just a minor curate working in the necropolis. Feuds between Daedric princes are beyond me. Still, I want to help. Finding anything in the catacombs will take time. We might be able to catch up with Blight Crown if we hurry. Prior Durdrin founded the necropolis and our order. Abbot Ilvel idolized him. Told me the prior was obsessed with Necrom's history and had received a special charge from Lord Vivek. There's a key to the catacombs in the desk. Hurry, friend. Take the key from the desk and head to the catacombs. The door is through the chapel and to the north. I'll stay with Abbot Ilvel. Do what I can until he recovers. The door to the catacombs is through the chapel and to the north. Prior Durdrin's tomb is deep inside.
Keep looking. I found now.
Who's better than us? Nobody.
Obscura. Wait. Someone approaches Dovasard. Quick, take the relic.
The relic broke. Still, this portion contains the power we need. I leave our guests to you, Blight Crown.
The time to hide is over. Behold Blight Crown, most favored priest of Perryites. I leave you with a blessing from the Prince of Pestilence.
When I saw Torvason at Telva Road, he and Shalreni talked about a rite. What are they up to?
You're back. Look, Abbot Ilvel is awake and feeling much better.
Is this the one, Gadain? Young Gadain told me of your mission for the Prince of Fate. A strange and perilous ally. But I thank you for saving the necropolis. We owe you our lives. What happened in the catacombs? Did you find the impostor who called himself Prelate Farum? Interesting. I know Prior Durdrin cavorted with Daedra, but there was no mention of Periite in any of the chronicles. At least I see that you recovered the rest of the relic. I have no idea what they think it can do, or if it even still functions. Oh, hold on to it, of course. Gadain said that fate led you to us. I can only assume it was because of the Fulcrum Obscura. It must have a role in whatever trials you must face to save Nirn. Yes, my young charge told me everything. He does that. Just this. I am in no condition to help you recover the relic. None of the Keepers are. Well, none except Gadain. I will send our young curate with you. Search out these villains, put a stop to their scheme, and recover the Fulcrum Obscura. Gadain, go with this adventurer. Retrieve the stolen piece of Fulcrum Obscura. You need to see more of the world anyway.
Go? But... yes, Abbot. I'll do it. I never traveled far from Necrom. Barely left the Telvanni Peninsula, and that was just one trip to Mournhold with Abbot Ilvel. The Abbot has given me a mission, though, and I mean to complete it. Just tell me what to do, and I'll follow your lead. The Necrom Bindery? I thought that place was abandoned. Of course I'll meet you there. Oh, and the Abbot authorized me to give you this. For exposing Blightcrown and saving the necropolis. They got away with part of the relic, but we'll get it back.
Take this portal and see where it leads.
Mortal, why do you bear the mark of the Great Eye? Mortals, you scurry around, obsessed with your petty affairs, and then you die. But you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora. Have you come to replace me in my task? That would be typical. Wait, were you sent to help me with the cultists? Before you die? Not much to tell. I just arrived myself. This mortal served the Great Eye, but he died before he could tell me about the other Daedric cultists that scamper about. They're creating an intolerable contradiction in reality. Makes my tentacles ache. Something here undermines a fate recorded by Hermaeus Mora. Likely foolish mortals trying to change what has already been written. To fix this, I could use some help. It's common knowledge that mortals prize gold. Aid me and I'll give you some. I'd prefer to sit back and wait for entropy to claim us all, but I suppose we must do something. Let's survey the town. See if anyone survived and try to determine what the cultists want here. Oh, and despite my size, I'm good in a fight. You'll see.
You weren't keeping score, were you? Meaning that.
No, stay back! I need to wake up. I have to. Are you real? Not another one of those awful dreams. And you look undisturbed. Don't you hear the terrible whispers? It started when a stranger came to town, a Tilvani master. She offered to purchase the old glass mine. I thought it was too good to be true. The mine closed years ago. But she offered us a chest full of gold, and the village elders accepted it. You know her? Master Shelreni didn't stay long, but she sent an overseer who started hiring workers immediately. Master Shelreni said she wanted the mine reopened as quickly as possible. Everyone in the village was given a job in the mine. Then others came. Masons and additional laborers, we thought. Then the dream started. Nightmares. Toiling in the darkness. Working to cut malachite and stone for an arch and a statue. In the dream, they were building an arch in the mine while we dug out the glass and stone. What wasn't used for the arch was sent to restore a statue. At least that's what the overseer said. We woke each morning exhausted, hands bloody. I don't know. But listen. The overseer and his workers, they're Daedra worshippers. They rounded up the villagers and took them away. I hid. Check the green glass inn. The cultists commandeered it. Now please, I need to get out of here.
Nightmares. Sounds like Prince Vermina, all right. We should investigate this green glass inn.
That jingle of coins. Always a comfort.
How disappointing. Another name that overpromises and underdelivers. Yeah, well, we might as well look around. Master Shelreni, are you familiar with this mortal?
Ah! I should have guessed Shelreni Barrow was involved in whatever happened here.
The Dreamcarvers plan to strike an Apocrypha? I assume this would turn out to be some pointless mortal delusion. A minor contradiction easily resolved. But Oblivion gateways and Daedric shrines, and plans to invade Apocrypha? Ugh. This might take longer than I thought. Clearly, the cult used the mine to construct a portal to Apocrypha for the express purposes of invading my master's realm. They also sent stone to restore a Daedric shrine, most likely one devoted to Periite or Vermina. But who's Master Shelreni? Black books open doors to Apocrypha, so why do they need a gate? Still, Telvanni masters are powerful. That makes her dangerous and important to the Hidden Kindred. But why go to all this trouble? It's impossible to sneak past my master's gaze. Blightcrown sounds unpleasant, but doors in Apocrypha lead to secrets. Something this Torvisard saw in a dream? Is that why Vermina is interested? I suppose we should check the mine next. I hope I don't get hacked up. Reconstitution is irritating. Most of the time, the research I undertake is wasted. But my study of the area indicated that the mine runs underneath the village. The entrance lies to the east. Why do you bear the mark of my master, mortal? You don't seem to be a devotee. Of course he did. Mortals always get the special titles, but who winds up doing all the work? Usually that's me. Well, as long as we're both here, we might as well work together. What's the worst that could happen? Never mind. I already know. Never heard of him. The letter we found claims he's an unaligned Dremora working with Vermina and Periite. And with Master Shelreni, too. It's highly unusual for a Dremora not to be dedicated to a clan or a prince. Not mention of a dream. Arch Gateway here. I suppose we'll need to go deeper inside. Malachite. Volcanic glass that absorbs magic under the right conditions. A good choice for building a gateway to oblivion. Some of the missing villagers. Mortals should have the decency not to leave their empty husks lying about. An Arch Gateway. It's inactive, but I can detect the lingering energy of Apocrypha in the air. It must have closed recently. Look around, mortal. We need more information before I attempt to activate this gateway. This is bad. But at least we have the invocation needed to activate the gateway.
An obscure invocation. Where should we need to get up, I wonder?
Leave them for now. We need to deal with the gateway. I suppose we have no choice. We need to activate the gateway and follow Hermaeus Mora's enemies to Apocrypha. Such heroics aren't usually part of my duties, but so it goes. I'll open the portal, then in we go. Did I use the wrong words, mortal? My investigation is incomplete. To find out what the hidden kindred seek in my master's realm, I must follow them. And since you agreed to assist me, you must follow me. I like it less than you, believe me. Apocrypha can be overwhelming for mortals. You may find power or despair, knowledge or madness. Still, you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora. I think you're meant to go there, and damn it all, I think I'm meant to go with you. Ready yourself, mortal. And what was that invocation? By seventh Umbra and the dismal name, I bid thee open the Feliarch's Veil. Behold, Apocrypha. Don't look up, mortal. I understand your kind find our sky disturbing. Let me see. Head south. They went that way.
Get him.
Mortal, let me aid you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lord Watcher. The invaders can't be too far ahead. Husk hasn't dissipated yet. The trail continues to the west, mortal. All the Valesians, mortal. The contradiction they were compelled to create hangs heavy in the air. The trail continues west.
Hezek will never... Yet another creature approaches poor Hezek. This time a mortal. Will you rob me as well? I have nothing. Less than nothing once Madam Wim adds to my debt. They stole a secret! I carried it through this awful, ravening morass to trade at the obscured forum. Madam Wim wants a boon from Hermaeus Mora. But the Void Prowler clan found me, kicked me, then stole the secret. I'll never get it back. They would just kick me again. I need help. You could help. Mortals lack gold, right? I have some. We'll find the Void Prowlers, and then you'll take the secrets. Maybe keep them back? Then you can keep Hezek safe while we finish my job. I can track the Void Prowlers with my... Now Hezek relies on mortal help. What's become of me? Yeah! Yeah!
The trail leads directly to the Tranquil Catalog. Oh no. Pick up the pace, mortal.
Hold! Intruder. I failed to stop your allies, but I... Pardon my impertinence. Now I see that you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora, and travel with one of the great Ice Watchlings. Have you come to aid us, stranger? Invaders forced their way into the Tranquil Catalog. I think they were devotees of Periite and Vermina. But how could that be? And Dreamcarver Dremora accompanied them. They killed or drove off my fellow ciphers. I am a humble cipher, a mortal scribe in service to the Great Eye. This is the Tranquil Catalog, a register and index of the contents of Apocrypha. Hermaeus Mora's enemies could wreak havoc with the information stored here. They scattered once they broke into the catalog, but two headed toward the Pool of Inquiry, a dream carver Kinreeve, and a second Remora with markings the likes of which I've never seen. Please, you bear the Great Eye's mark. Stop them.
The Pool of Inquiry? I know the way model. Invaders in the Tranquil Catalog? What a calamity.
Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
The Light Crown serves Peryite. Orders the hidden hundreds work with Professor. Wake up! Call on me!
Give him a fight.
The invaders shattered the portal field. We need to follow them to the Pool of Inquiry. I was afraid of this. The invaders use the sacred tears. Look around. Without them, we can't use the pool. These portals lead to the shrines where we can find more of the sacred tears.
Shrines and tears. Bah! Even the tolerable danger rely too much on ceremony and arcane rules of conduct.
Be careful.
You good? Of course you are.
I'm not surprised to find them on the recars.
Remora is the Great Eye's name among the Khajiit. Gather the tears, mortal.
Got to be better than that to stop us.
More of the invaders. It'll take forever to put the catalog back in order. The mortals of Skyrim know the Great Eye is Remora. Gather the sacred hands. I'm not jealous at all. Now take the tears and place it in the pool. You got a pool with that hole? Simple enough, guys. Enter the pool and it will take us there. The Tranquil Archives. One of the main repositories for Hermaeus Mora's glyphics. We need to find the invaders, Mora.
Ah, this is the glyphic. Now I know where to find the memory of the dream your prince helped me remember, despite your predilections, Rim.
Prince Vermina commands me to punish Mora's servants, clanless. So I do.
Excessive and pointless, but I have what I came for. I'm leaving.
Do what you will. I'll deal with those strikers. Vermina's nightmares fight beside me.
Necrom face tentacles and free.
Perhaps let us see how you handle a nightmare. No mortal can best me.
suppose I need to activate this bridge for you. It would be easier for both of us if you could just... Torvasard has already accessed the knowledge preserved in this glyphic. We should find out what it contains. Poems marked from the glyphic. Read them, mortal. Printing eye? That's one of my master's black books. Torvasard said he was trying to remember a lost dream. He believes he can find it in my master's realm. Primordial prohibits Daedric princes from entering another's realm, but that's hardly a secret. These tomes were reluctant to dispense their information. I wonder, glyphics endure for eternity. I've never heard of any erasing themselves before. Very strange. Do you understand the text that remain, mortal? I found the words very disturbing. One concerned the Pact Primordial. Could they be seeking a way to subvert that ancient restriction? The second mentioned lost dreams, such as the one Torvasard seeks to recover. It told of a place in Apocrypha to find such misplaced memories. No, but we have to assume Torvasard learned the location before the text faded away. The final book referred to one of Hermaeus Mora's most infamous black books, the Tormenting Eye. It said it contains a rite for unlocking dangerous secrets. The Pact refers to ancient laws that bind the Daedric princes. No prince may physically intrude in another's realm, everyone knows that. Well, perhaps not mortals. That they sought out the tome tells us something important. The invaders found a way to enter Apocrypha undetected. Perhaps they hoped to open a path for one or more of the rival princes? That would be disastrous. There's nothing more we can do here. It's time to exit the Tranquil Catalog. One moment, and I'll conjure up a portal. It appears we're in no immediate danger. We can speak here, mortal. I've never faced such a convoluted contradiction of fate before. While we learned the cause of the incongruity, I wasn't able to make the necessary corrections, unfortunately. At least we chased off Torvasard and defeated the Kinreeve. You want to help me? What a strange mortal you are. But resourceful. I'm not sure I would have learned anything at all without your assistance. Here's the gold I promised. You earned it. This problem bears contemplation. I'll find you again soon. Farewell. Wait. My master, Hermaeus Mora, wants to speak with you, mortal. He will use me as his vessel.
Know that the Prince of Secrets addresses you, chosen of fate. I can observe through my watchling's eyes, speak through them, even act through them when necessary. You and Scroot uncovered a threat before even I became aware of it. That concerns me. But you and Scroot were not fooled. For that, I give you a gift, so that I may better aid you against this ongoing threat to my realm and yours. I will make this watchling available to you for the duration of our agreement. Now, Laramil comes.
I came as soon as I heard Proxy. I knew what Hermaeus Mora predicted, but I never truly imagined invaders in Apocrypha. We have examined the threads of fate and learned much. Return to the Necrom bindery and we shall determine our next steps.
Laramil the Wise? You know this mortal too?
Gedane of Necrom. You tend the archive of corpses.
Never heard it called that before. But yes. Yes, I do. Would you like a tour of the catacombs?
Perhaps later. Hermaeus Mora's Proxy returns.
Ah, of course. I'm sure the two of you have much to discuss.
3 labors were set before you, Proxy. Now Vermina, Periite, and Master Shelreni stand revealed as our foes. I have been speaking with Curate Gedane. I find him intriguing. But I wish to hear it from you. What did you find in Necrom Abbey? Just as Gedane told me then. The Fulcrum Obscura. The hidden kindred are well named, although I understand you prevented them from escaping with the complete relic. Let us move on. What happened after we parted ways at Telrendis? Black books serve as doorways into Apocrypha. A master such as Shelreni Barrow likely has other ways to reach Hermaeus Mora's domain. So why is this particular book so important to her? What did you find in Alavelis? Able to invade Apocrypha unnoticed and break into the realm's master index. Our enemies are bold and capable, it seems. 3 different locations and 3 different schemes. They must be connected, but how? What are Mora's foes trying to do? Ah, I believe I see. The relic must be the key. The secret Vermina's servants sought in Apocrypha is the location of the dream. And the Black Book is needed for the rite they plan. Clever. Someone put them up to this. But who? Ah, yes. Torvasad. Well done, Proxy. Now we have a name for the spider at the center of this web. Key, rite, and dream. These are the threads we must follow to unmask our foe's true goal. Take this, with the thanks of Hermaeus Mora. I have been conversing with Curate Gedane. I find him interesting. But now we must return to the business at hand. I admit the particulars of the plan currently elude me. Clearly they believe the relic, this Fulcrum Obscura, and the rite are key to remembering the dream they seek. To stop them, we must learn more about the dream and the secret it holds. We go to Apocrypha. The stacks of Cypher's Midden contain the most extensive collections of tomes and treatises in all the known realms. If answers to our questions exist, we will find them there. Will you continue to aid? The portal in the room downstairs connects to the endless library of Apocrypha. Once there, head northwest and meet me at Cypher's Midden. Our research begins there. Since where better to hide Oblivion portals than inside a ruined bookshop? This is just one of many studies I utilize across Tamriel. I even have a site in Apocrypha from which I can conduct my research. In Cypher's Midden, to be exact.
And that's the end of Fate's Proxy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. It's completely free and would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.